Hello, Pumpkin. In my Telegram, I have Mr. Yakk. And Mr. Yakk, that's with 2 Ks, Yakk. He's asked me, why isn't Richard Hart... Sorry, friends, I've got a fluffy hair in my mouth. Where's my mouth been today? You don't want to know. He's asked me, why doesn't Richard Hart have the staked Ethereum with the yield? Why isn't he earning the yield on the ETH? And it's a very, very short answer, bro. I'll tell you flat out. Crypto is F-U-K-K-T-F'd, okay? Crypto is F'd. The yield is not reliable. And what I mean by that? Well, you can transfer some pump, right? You can transfer some pump and swap right into a staked Ethereum. So if you have Ethereum, you can move it into st-ETH or CB-ETH, which is the Coinbase ETH or the Rocket Pool ETH. You can diversify around and get them. And they're basically earning you incremental yield. There's a problem though. It's an actual problem. The problem is when it comes for your time to exit, you might be caught with a lot of other people who also want to exit. So as the price goes up, right, you might find that the bid and offer, they're not actually in line with the Ethereum price. There could be someone enormous exiting because they need liquidity. And the price can be like a couple of % away from the Ethereum price because that person wants the money now. And so it defeats the whole purpose. What a burn job that would be, by the way. Like, just imagine you've waited a whole year. You get in now. You waited a whole year. You're expecting 4% more Ethereum because that's your yield after 1 year of holding. And then there's some big, like, poopy head who's been, like, swiping the liquidity, and you have to take, like, a 4% loss on the ETH price. Like, you just wasted a whole year with all that risk. So it's not even really that worth it. Also, look what you're doing in this scenario. You're risking your whole stack for 4%. You are. You're risking your whole stack for 4%. Now, you might say, what do you mean? But, like, what do you mean risk? Because, like, if it was any risk, surely someone would have, like, buckled it by now, right? Yeah, but you just never know. Smart contracts. You just never know, man. Like, what if someone with a giant wallet from an institution gets hacked and the hacker just, like, destroys one of the spread prices in one of those staked Ethereum, and then it takes a while to be, like, arbitraged out? You know what I mean? There's a lot of things that can happen. And is it really worth it? It's like you're betting on the favorite in, like, a tennis match, like Federer in his prime or something. You're like, oh, he's paying $1.02 to win. You're like, oh, free money. I win 2 cents. You're like, yeah, but you're risking a whole dollar. You know? What if he just farts the wrong way? He just has an off day. You know what I mean? Maybe he just ate too much baked beans the night before. Maybe he's got too much muggus in his stomach. You know what I mean? It's just not worth it. So that's why, from Richard Hart's perspective, if you had 170,000 ETH, you got to do that number right. If you actually rotated in the yield, okay, yeah, 170,000 ETH, you'd get 6,800 if you held it for 1 year, extra ETH in yield. But you still got to think what you're doing. You're risking 170,000 ETH to make an extra 6,800 Ethereum in a year. That's what you're risking. So most of the price appreciation is going to factor in your benefit and your reward. It's a price appreciation, not the yield part. Because how long does this cycle really have? I mean, who knows, right? So if you're going off that's why. That's why you really got to be careful in crypto when it comes to yield. Because if one thing blows up, you don't get it back. You don't get any of your money back. You have to be really, really, really careful. Well, if you're asking for alternatives, friends, you can split it up. So you can get, like, the Coinbase ETH, the RPO ETH, Rocket ETH. You can get the staked ETH. You can split it up. But you're still going to be really burning, man, if you lose one. Like, you'll never be able to recover the yield. Think about that if one of them goes flunk. But yeah, like, I remember Ivan as well, pretty much. Ivan, he's very, very confident that, and it was actually crazy for Ivan to even say this. Like, thank you for even sharing it. If you go to DeFi Llama, friends, you see DeFi Llama, look how much Lido DAO has, $25 billion in here. So he basically said, Ivan's very convicted. He goes, guys, don't worry. If there's a bug with $25 billion, he goes, screw decentralization. We're all going to roll back the chain. Screw it. We're not going to let one guy run off with $25 billion because of some code. So that's something. He changed his mind a bit. He's like, you know what? There's $25 billion of staked Ethereum there. And if anything goes wrong here, oh, they're going to push the backwards button. Rewind, and do that, right? So, but do you want to deal with that, though? It's kind of scary and messy. Man, I hope to God we don't do that. Oh, my God, friends. The Bitcoin maxis, okay, you've literally just given them like 20 years of memes if you do that. Because the Bitcoin maxis today, they've been going for 10 years. They've been talking about rolling back to chain now because Ethereum had to roll back to chain after that hack, that big DAO hack. Oh, man, I hope that doesn't happen. By the way, the code for this is very simple, right? And you'd think like, yeah, if there was a bug, something would have like blown up by now. But that's why, friends, I'm begging you, please, okay? There's nothing safe in crypto, okay? There's nothing safe. So there's two types of people, right? There's somebody who hate risk. They're like, oh, nothing's safe, I'm out. And I go, okay, well, I've got a fluffy microphone and I've got pointy elbows. So, okay, that's the wrong attitude to have, by the way. If someone says, oh, it's not safe, stay away. Okay, move along. Okay, go buy government bonds. Go buy the government securities they want you to buy. Enjoy your 3% per year, losing to inflation. Move. For us, though, for me, for you, we're game players, okay? You enjoy pineapples. Yes, you drink orange juice like me. So when we come across a game, if someone says something is risky, I'm always thinking, all right, what's the upside? That's okay. Something can be like really risky, but the upside has to be big. You get what I mean? Like even Pump.Fun, friends, Pump.Fun, 1.4% of the coins actually make it out of the relegation scam phase, and then they scam just a bit after, okay? So you have literally 1.4%, literally, let's round it up to 2%. So out of 100 coins, 98 will never make it beyond the first phase. You're getting rugged instantly. 2 have a chance to make it. And then, by the way, most of them get rugged right after that anyway. So you see what I mean? Like, so you have those metrics, 2 out of 100 rate. But when I saw that, I was like, okay, look, man, it's easy for me to just say, all right, total waste of time, which it is. It actually is. All right. However, your next conclusion should be, if you're playing a game, friends, we're here playing a game, you know, confirm or not. Do you drink orange juice? Do you drink pineapple juice? I enjoy both. All right. You now have to ask, all right, if I am losing 98 times out of 100, in those 2%, I better be making thousands of X's in those winners. I better. Because there is a way for you to win, right? It's just the reward needs to be big enough. Now, the problem is you are not winning 1,000X on the winners. You aren't. You're winning like 10, 20, 30, maybe 100X, then it comes back down anyway. By the way, that 100X just makes you break even if you keep playing every coin. If you play, yeah. You see what I mean? So everything has to have enough reward to compensate you for that risk. That's why when you're playing all these like different network effects appearing, it's not so easy, right? But I'm glad we had this conversation, right? So we've now talking about both extremes. First, we have like pretty much the staked Ethereum. It's just like as low risk as you can get, but it's not nice. It's like, wait a minute, man, I'm risking the whole stack. I'm literally risking the whole stack for like 4%, right? And on the other end, people are like risking the whole stack and they're trying to make something, but there's too many to choose from. So what do you do? Well, I've released my ultimate bull market strategy guide for you just to help you filter this stuff for free. If ever you're welcome, highest value content in crypto. Thank you for liking and subscribing. Just to show you that, you know, there is some sort of framework you can use to help avoid scams. And based off what we know in crypto today, it goes off network effects. And the network effect is basically just a metaphorical, it's a megaphone, right? It's a community. And if the community stays there and you don't have a lot of people who are like short-term TikTok 15-second mindset generation people, if you don't have them, you just have a bigger advantage compared to the average poopy coin. Now, it's not a guarantee, but that's what you're looking for, you know? So we can see the whole spectrum. Now, if you land yourself with a lot of Ethereum Yeah, I mean, like, there's nothing wrong, I guess, with staking it. You're like, well, I'm sure Coinbase is going to back everyone. I'm sure Lido DAO is. But for how long? Because, look, when the bear market comes, friends, it's very harsh. It's very harsh, man. Like, you know when Luna UST was going down and we were watching Tether drop? I was like, boom, boom, boom. My heart was literally out of my chest. I was like, oh my gosh. I knew they're trying to take down Tether. Those billions of dollars. I'll never forgive them, by the way. Those scum. Those bug worshipper, bug eater scum. I'm not joking, friends. I wish very, very, very terrible things to them. I hope... I'm not even going to say it on camera, but yeah. I hope all of their children suffer for what these scum were trying to do. Billions of dollars shorting Tether, trying to take down the whole industry back in 2022. I was there watching it every minute of the day. There were coordinated articles coming out. Oh yeah, the whole shebang. Everything came out. Yeah, that's the type of stress where you look at it, you're like, oh, but I'll be in Ethereum. No. It's all connected. It's all connected, okay? So you're never truly safe in anything in crypto. It's why? Why is that? It's because in crypto, the loans that everyone has to pay, you know, real life bills or liquidity or leverage, you can only get them to be replaced, right, replenished from US dollars, which is bids everywhere. So people don't give a crap if they're selling something way below fair value. They need the money. They need the money now. It's like in crypto, it's like it's so inefficient. If something else is moving fast and you're in a coin and it's trading, let's say the coin's treasury value makes it $1, but the coin is trading at like 60 cents. Yeah, people will sell it down harder just to take the money out and go gamble somewhere for like 3 days to make a 2x. And people are like, I don't want to make like less than a 2x in this piece of crap. I don't care it's worth like $1 and it's trading for 60 cents. Because in crypto, you know, I used to think, oh, well, everybody's silly. No, they're not. They're not silly at all. They're like, well, we're risking everything anyway. And this gap from 60 cents to $1, it's going to close in like maybe 12 months or 18 months. But in that time, I'm going to try and make a 10x or a 20x somewhere. Like I'm risking the whole bullet. You know, that's everybody's mentality. And that's why obviously someone who's like safe, conservative, yeah, they'll punt it in and they'll wait it out. But then you got to think, right, who's smart? It's not about being smart, right? It's more about everyone's just playing the game. Because of course, you know, someone come in and be like, wow, what a genius. He bought the dollar for only 60 cents. Yeah. Then you see Dogwifhat do a 40,000x. Then you see these other meme coins flying 10x, 5x, 7x, right? And you're here with a crappy little 80% gain, not even a 2x, you know? But then people say, oh, no, but that's part of the game and you can go rotate into something else. No, you can't. No, you can't. Because in crypto, we're all correlated. It's like we go down together and then we die together. And then when we rise up, the things out of fair value readjust up. And then the moonshot poopy coins fly. And then we have that season, but then everything dies together again. Right? So that's what you have to be careful with, especially like, you know, you're dealing with, obviously you're not Richard Hart, you don't have that wallet, but that's why he's calculated in his head. He's like, okay, look, am I going to be okay with 170,000 ETH if I don't have an extra just 6,800 Ethereum, the yield in a year from now? Yes. Because if you're playing for a $10,000 ETH, you have $1.7 billion. So who cares about that extra, like $80 or $100 million or whatever the hell it is, right? It's not worth it. It's not worth the risk. That's ultimately how they do these fence. Now, you have to have this mindset with everything, okay? You literally have to have this mindset with everything because one day, friends, I'm not going to be around to like teach you because you might be going through, you know, you got to play the game again, you know? You got to play the game again. And you might not have me telling you, hey, you're risking all this amount for breadcrumbs. It is not worth it. It might work this year. It might work next year. But one of these years, it's going to catch you off guard. You can never get back the bread. You can never get back the bread. And you're playing for crumbs here. Okay, that's what you need, friends. Remember, in crypto, it's technology, man. We're either going to zero or going to the moon. That's it. There's nothing in the middle. Nothing. And look, the best part about it is, friends, you already know. I mean, crypto is the world's greatest casino. Look at it. When we leave crypto, the first thing we think about, one, how much of it is a scam. Two, how much you hate it. That's the first thing you're thinking about. But then you wait long enough. If you see some green candles out there, you come straight back. Straight back. Markets are going up. Everyone's making money. Things are going up. That's it. You get FOMO straight away. Straight away. Good luck leaving this casino. Because, you know, you got no chance in stock market land. All right. So, yes, it's a game. Crypto's a game, and we're trying to build out every part of the risk curve, but don't rely on the low part of the risk curve. No one should. Literally no one should. The only thing you can kind of really rely on is like, hey, have spot Bitcoin. Yeah, we say that now. You're not going to like it if it drops 70% in the next bear market and then freaking dies on its ass for 5 months. You know what I mean? You're not going to like it. So the stress, the blood pressure and everything, friends. Yeah. Look, you got to be diversified, I guess, eventually. But using crypto, look, yeah, every year that goes on, the rails are going to get better. They're more mature, right? The train's not going to fall off every time. I think this stable coin stuff that we saw, DPEG and all these DPEGing, I think the rate of them happening, it's going to go down over time. But like, just be careful, man. Doesn't mean just I'm too scared to say that. By the way, I won't commit to that. You know this game, dude. You just look what's happened, friends. Right? After everything you've seen, do you really want to trust it? So that's what it comes down to. Remember, in crypto, it is a tech industry, and to trade tech, high volatility unicorns, you're throwing in your bullets. You're like, all right, some of yous are going to zero. Some of yous are really going to let me down. One of yous is going to make me filthy rich. I just don't know which one. I'm just going to have to hold out, okay? So we're all on this journey together. Hope you learned something. Like, subscribe, catch you soon.